So let's say you have a ghost, and that ghost is actually a blog engine. And that blog engine was forked from source code. Now that source code is going to get upgrades, and you're going to want those upgrades for yourself. So you're going to have to do some stuff to kind of remerge and, redeploy and whatnot. That's what we're going to show you. So let's get to the point. So for me, I use Windows Azure. So Ghost lives on Azure. It's not a big deal if yours doesn't. But if you want to follow along, you can use this link here, follow the first two parts, and you're good to go to see what I'm doing. Now, the most important part is that you actually fork the original source code repository and you want to merge in changes. That's going to be the focus of all of this. So, first things first. Let's make sure we have our upstream repository, or the original Ghost one. So you can see I've already set it up. You can see I have origin, which is my blog, and the fork, and the upstream one is the original Ghost. So from here I want to fetch all the different tags because Ghost is nice enough to tag all their releases with a tag. Anyway, you do git, fetch, t, and then of course, upstream. Let it think. Doesn't look like anything happened, but sometimes some stuff will appear there. It's just actually getting all the different tags. So if I do git tag, you can see here, we got a whole bunch of different tags, and 0.5.7 is the one we want. Alright, now next, let's merge those changes in. So to do that, you do a git merge, tags, 0.5.7. I'm already up to date, but for you, it's going to merge in a whole bunch of changes. You're going to see a lot of magic, and that's really great, because now all the changes have been moved into your repository. Hooray! Next up, you want to run it locally. Make sure it doesn't actually explode or anything before you deploy it to your production environment. So first off, run an npm install. Get any new dependencies. There likely won't be much, if anything, but just in case. Next up, you want to do a grunt init and a grunt prod command. These are part of the build command specifically for grunt, and these might change over time, but as of right now, this is what they want you to do to kind of get things initialized and ready for production. Last, start it. So when you start it, you're going to get this on your command line. Yep, it looks like it's running. That's awesome. But you want to probably browse to your local host environment just to make sure. Like you can see here, I went to the settings page to see that I have the new version, and it actually ran. So, huzzah, it's all running good. Now we're ready to deploy. For me, deployment is really easy. All I do is a git push to the stable branch of my origin repository, and it's done. In my case, I actually have Windows Azure listening to the stable branch of my origin repository. So whenever I push changes to stable, it just does a redeployment. And I have a custom deployment script in my source control that actually just gets executed every single time. If you follow parts 1 and 2 of my blog series that I pointed out earlier, you'll have the same thing. So from there, you're kind of done. But you want to make sure it actually runs, so just go to your live website and make sure it actually runs. Once in a while, I have to restart and it'll just redeploy, and it's fine. And with that, you're all done. So hooray! Congratulations! You've upgraded to the latest version of source control, and you've redeployed. I mean, Ghost does do a lot of releases, so you're probably going to have to do this once or twice, kind of like I have, or many times, because they're pretty fast and furious with the release cycle. But now you know how to do it, so it's no big deal. And with that, my first video ever comes to a close. So if you're watching me on YouTube, please give me a subscribe or a like. That would be really helpful. If you're watching me anywhere else, just leave me some comments or feedback, because this is my first video ever and I would appreciate them. And last but not least, if you're of course on social medias, I got a whole whack of links here that you can follow me on there. And of course, special thanks to R. Morgan Slade for letting me use the music from his album. And that's about it for now. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.